when I was in high school and I was told I was stupid or dumb, that I would never graduate, I would never become anything, and that I should consider going into a trade, which back then they thought was demeaning.
What trade would you like to go into?
I didn't want to go into a trade. As soon as the teacher said that to me, I was like, no, I'm going to be a teacher and I'm never going to make a kid feel like that, ever. So I went into education and I still struggled, even though I figured out how I learn. I was never like a 90% student. Mm-hmm. But when I started teaching, I excelled. And I've been working with kids with learning disabilities and behavioral issues for 30 years. Yeah.
What's your biggest joy because of it?
Because of teaching?
Yeah.
I think seeing my kids 10, 15, 20 years later, right? So I took my dad to a doctor's once, and I walked in and the doctor was like, Miss Kelly. And I was like, you can call me just Kelly. You're a doctor now. And they all write me and they're just, I think teaching sometimes you don't get a lot of thank yous at the time, but it's once they realize it and they reach out, I think that's really special.
Do you think the biggest lessons you've ever learned in your life have come from your family or from your job?
From my sport and from my job. I mean, patience and understanding and how to de-escalate anger. And I mean, dealing with kids with ODD, oppositional defiant disorder, is challenging. Mm-hmm. And you got to have a lot of tricks up your sleeve.
Is there any lessons that you've taken that you would want to share?
Yeah, I think a huge lesson I learned was in an argument, you're never going to win. And I know that sounds weird, but if the other person is going to elevate the argument constantly, okay, whether it's your kid, like mine, who maybe you have a disagreement, if somebody's willing to take it higher, there's no point me even talking. It's just, we'll talk about this later. Silence. And waiting and not adding fuel to the fire.
Is there anything in this world that you could never live without?
My son.
And he's the thing you love the most?
And you.
And he's the thing you love the most in this world?
He's the thing I love the most in the world. Absolutely. He's the one thing that I think I can say, like, I did a good job, you know?
And just to end, is there anything that you could say to parents for what they should do to make their kid feel loved? Because I know Mac feels loved.
Spend time with them. It comes down to that. You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to take them on huge trips. Sit on the floor and play tic-tac-toe. Go for a walk. That's time. That's what kids want. Don't shove them in front of a TV. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh.